Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating. Have you ever wondered how master teachers take flat, boring facts and help their students transform them into writing that you literally can't put down? I mean, why do some nonfiction books hook you instantly while others are just a total slog? Well, it's not always about the topic. Often it comes down to the hidden mechanics of the writing itself. So let's dive into exactly how teachers improve student writing by using the tools right in front of them. And that brings us to a really massive question, one that teachers pose to their students all the time. Can punctuation actually make a factual paragraph more exciting? Because, when kids are told to spice up their writing, their first instinct is usually to just invent wild new facts or try to copy some quirky style. But what we're going to explore today is how incredibly deliberate punctuation choices can completely change the way a reader experiences a text. No making things up required. It's all about using the tools you already have, just a whole lot smarter.
These are basic facts about Christmas Island. In a list, they're useful, but they're also dry. Look at what happens when we take those exact same details and morph them into a vibrant paragraph. The island immediately feels more alive. You can create this effect without inventing new details. Captivating factual writing relies on two things: organizing your information and using punctuation with specific intent. We'll use a simple magazine-style structure to keep the reader grounded. We start with a title and a short introduction, name the place and its location, list what's there, and finish with a final reaction. This structure provides a clear container for the reader. Once that's established, you are free to use punctuation to make the facts inside that container move and breathe. Let's look at our model paragraph. It starts by describing a typical island scene, but hints at a surprise hidden within the landscape.
Now we get to introduce flavor. Let's look at our very first tool, the ellipsis. Listen to this. Imagine an island where the roads can suddenly fill with thousands of tiny travelers. A master teacher will point out exactly why that ellipsis is sitting at the end of the sentence. It lets the thought just trail off. It creates this massive sense of anticipation. As a reader, you're practically forced to ask, wait, what happens next? It sets the hook before the facts are even fully on the table.
The end of the first sentence, we see an ellipsis. By letting the thought trail off, the writer forces the reader to pause. This creates a moment of anticipation, making the reader wonder what these travelers actually are.
Next up in the toolkit, we have the dash. A dash is just brilliant for creating a slight dramatic pause before you drop in something totally unexpected.
The dash serves a different role. Here, it creates a sharp break before the writer reveals the red crabs. That pause ensures the most important detail of the sentence is the one that sticks in the reader's mind.
That sudden pause interrupts the predictable flow of the sentence. It shines a giant spotlight on those crabs, basically telling the reader, hey, pay attention, this part is special.
The visual reality matches the writing. During the migration, thousands and sometimes millions of these crabs emerge from the forest to cover the island's roads. To describe this movement, we could use one long sentence. Instead, the model uses 3 short fragments: across roads, through forests, everywhere. This creates a faster rhythm that echoes the constant, scuttling movement of the crabs. Full-length sentences are great for explaining how things work, but short fragments give you a way to emphasize specific images. A good writer uses both to control the speed of the reader's inner voice. In those fragments, we used an exclamation mark to show a strong reaction. These marks are effective, but only if they are rare. If you use them in every sentence, they stop being a highlight and start being a distraction. Asking a direct question is another way to vary the tone. It speaks directly to the reader, prompting them to stop and visualize the scene for themselves.
The crucial thing to remember is that these tools don't have to be used on their own. Look at this example. The writer brilliantly combines an ellipsis for a pause right into a direct question. Thousands of crabs moving together. Can you imagine seeing that? They aren't actually waiting for an answer. Instead, they're turning a plain fact into a totally conversational moment. It actively pulls the reader in, making them stop and visualize the whole scene.
If you have an interesting side detail that doesn't fit the main point, use brackets. To check if they're necessary, try removing the bracketed text. If the main sentence still makes sense without it, the brackets are doing their job. Now it's your turn. Look at this list of road closures. Use these dry facts to write 1 or 2 engaging sentences. Try to include 1 dash and 1 short fragment to make the information stand out. You might have written something like this. The migration is so vast that drivers may find roads temporarily closed, a necessary delay for the island's crabs. Millions on the move. The facts remain the same, but the delivery is much more engaging. Every dash, question mark, or ellipsis should be there for a reason. These marks are tools for controlling the pace of the writing, ensuring the reader pauses exactly where you want them to. For the final challenge, you'll apply these skills to a new location, the dramatic, isolated landscape of Lord Howe Island. Your goal is to write a paragraph using the magazine structure we've practiced. You'll need to include at least 1 dash, 1 ellipsis, 1 short fragment, and either a question or an exclamation mark. Here are your facts. Lord Howe is an Australian territory in the Tasman Sea. It is home to rare species, unique palms, and jagged mountains. Because it is so carefully protected, the island has strict limits on how many visitors can stay there at once. Follow the steps. Group your facts and write your basic sentences first. Only after your structure is solid should you add the punctuation marks that control the rhythm and emphasis of the piece.
We're going to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought. Really, the ultimate rule for transforming dry facts into captivating reading. Don't add punctuation because you can. Add punctuation because you have a reason. Remember, structure organizes your facts, but punctuation controls the rhythm and the emotion. So the next time you sit down to write, ask yourself, are you just going to plop words down on a page? Or are you going to use your punctuation tools to make your reader desperate to read the very next word?
Structure organizes your information, while punctuation creates the effect. Master these, and you can make any factual topic interesting to read. Thanks for watching, and keep practicing with NestLingua.